about the stench. And I gotta stay true to the game, I'm as real as it gets. You don't get lost in the sauce, tryna keep up with it, yeah. I don't even care how much it costs when it comes to my kid, yeah. I've been going through some things and it's hard to explain.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, and let's get right into this video. Today I will be showing you guys how I do my makeup on clients, and this model right here is my sister. And so now I am starting off with her eyebrows. She really needed her eyebrows done, and I'm the only one that does her eyebrows. So right now you'll be seeing me taking coconut oil and just using a razor to do her eyebrows. So right here, I'm taking Milk Moisturizer and I'm putting it all over her face. She actually mentioned that it is cold, and she's not the first person to say that. I personally never used it on myself, but I have used it with most of my clients. Well, before my son interrupted me, I did keep that in the video. But I've used this product with all of my clients and they love it. I personally never used it more than one time, but when I did use it, I loved it. But I just put it in my collection for my clients. So, yeah. So I'm starting on her eyebrows, and I am using Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow, and this is in the color medium brown. I'm taking an angled brush and just filling it in. And you will also watch me use the concealer to clean everything up, and the concealer is from Clinique. I can't think of the number right now, but I will list it below in the description.
What we do here is go back.
So right now I'm taking my Real Techniques brush and I'm just blending everything in, those fine lines, and especially on the eye, because as you can see, she does have creases on her eyelid. So you want to make sure that the concealer is blended out perfectly for once the eyeshadow is placed. So right now I'm just cleaning that up on the eyebrow. So right now I'm taking my P. Louise base in the shade 2, And I'm just going to place that on the eyelids and blend that out with the same brush that I used to blend out the concealer over her eyebrows and on her eyelids. So you just want to make sure that you pat, 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 pat. All right, let's get into it. Alright, so I'm taking the Sephora 2 palette in this maroon shade and I'm packing it all over her eyelid. So off camera, I did use Sephora Collection eyeliner to line her lid up, honey. And then I'm using Dr. Brandt primer on her face. I am kind of focusing on her cheeks because she has open pores, and this primer is for pores. And it also mattifies her skin. So I'm taking my NARS foundation in MACAO and the Revlon Colorstay in 400 and mixing those together. And this is the foundation that I'll be using on her. And I do like to blend out with a buffing brush. It honestly makes everything look so good and smooth. It's just amazing. And I do use the brushes from Amazon, from Be Small, I believe. Like, those are my all-time favorite. I love Real Techniques, but when you have clients, you know, it can get a little pricey. So the Be Small brushes from Amazon is amazing, and it still gets the job done. So right here, you're watching me use that same brush that I'm talking about and just blend that in. be taking the lashes from my lash collection named 305, and I'll be placing them on her lids. I am placing it right there on the black eyeliner. I try not to place lashes directly on the client's eyelashes because that can lead to, their lashes falling out, and you would hate for, your client to come back saying that their lashes fell out because of you. There's different glues to use and different techniques to make sure that that doesn't happen. So right now I'm taking some concealer and placing it in the areas that I would like it to be. I always do the under the eyes, where you would highlight the nose, forehead, cheek, and sometimes, depending on the client, I'll put it under the nose. And in this moment, I will be putting it under the nose, but I also just blend it from under the eyes on down. I can't remember the first concealer that I used, but I do remember that the color is Soft Sable. And you'll be watching me put Juvia's Place concealer on in the shade 14 on top of that. And now right here, I'll be using the Clinique foundation concealer, and I'll be placing that on the outer corners. This is the same concealer that I use for her eyebrows. So right now I'm using the Sephora foundation stick. I super duper love these foundation sticks, and so right now I'm just using that to contour. And I do like to blend my contour first, so I always go in with a sponge and blend the contour. And then after that, I would use a brush or sometimes a sponge to blend out the highlight as well. So I always blend the outside first, and I do this by just blending in that concealer with the contour. And I also use the same foundation brush to just blend that in. And I do let the concealer under the eyes sit for a little while, just so it can build up that full coverage. Because if you blend it in a little bit too early, if it is a very liquid concealer, it does not stay well. So right now you're just watching me use the same Real Techniques brush that I use on her eyes, and I'm blending that under the eye. So I always have my clients look up so I can blend out those creases under the eyes before I put the setting powder on. And so I will be using AC Cosmetics No Shine Matte powder. And I super duper love this setting powder. It applies seamlessly. It's just amazing. It stays on. I never had a problem with flashback. It's great. And I actually have 4 colors that she have, but the one that I am using today is No Shine Matte, and I just blend that in with the same brush that I use for concealer. I've always gotten the best results when doing this, so I will continue to do this. With clients, sometimes I will use a disposable sponge. It just depends. So I always take the same foundation brush that I use for the liquid and blend that setting powder out. It just gives me an amazing finish when it comes down to setting powder, and it keeps from it being so dry and super duper matte. And so right now I'm taking my Ruby Kisses palette. This is the palette that I use on myself. That's why it's so broken up. It's very old. And so because this is my sister, I'm able to use the things that I use on myself with her. So yes, that palette I only use for myself. So Sephora has these new blush and highlighter compacts that I use. And so I'll be taking that. And I forgot which one it is, and I'll put it in the description. But I use that for blush. So I'm using my Buttercup setting powder to clean up under her cheekbones. I just started using this product. I super duper love it, and this is the Juvias Place eyeliner in black. This is great. It glides on, and this is actually the second time that I used this before, and I believe that I'll continue to use it. So this is the palette that I'll be using for basically the rest of the video. I use it for everything, and this is my favorite palette from Juvia's Place, which is the Warrior palette. And I'm taking that brown and putting it under her eyes. You know, it just kind of helps out with the creases. Well, thank you guys for tuning into my video. I hope that you loved it. And I just want to give a big thanks to Kiki Adams and her tutorials, because she is the reason that my faces are so flawless.